Welcome to day 460 of our DSO journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. Remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DSOFi. So I'm still out here in Tennessee and Brian's back at home. Brian, there's some general crypto news you want to touch on first before we get to some DSO stuff, right?
Yeah, Three Arrows Capital, who's like a prominent crypto hedge fund, a very large crypto hedge fund. They defaulted on a loan worth more than $670 million last night. The digital asset brokerage Voyager Digital issued a notice on Monday morning, and they stated that the fund failed to repay a loan of $350 million in the US dollar pegged stablecoin USDC, and another 15,250 Bitcoin, which is about $323 million to their creditors. So this is big. They are ordered to liquidate by the courts, and they're doing that. They're winding down and liquidating their assets. So the Bitcoin price is dropping today. I'm guessing some of this has to do with that. There's 15,250 Bitcoin that they have to liquidate.
Do we know if that amount of Bitcoin has been liquidated yet, or is it still yet to be liquidated?
My guess is that it hasn't yet. It's possible. I'm guessing a lot of it's just speculation on that it is going to be liquidated, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Okay, that's interesting though. Do you think the price of Bitcoin is falling mostly because of that or because of the US stock markets?
Well, yesterday the markets dropped a lot. The Dow fell like 400 and some points. NASDAQ was down another, I think, 300 or so. So I think that played a large part in the drop. Whether this is maybe playing a little bit into it as well, with investors speculating that there is going to be a dump of 15,000 Bitcoin, although 15,000 Bitcoin isn't a ton when you look at the whole market.
Yeah.
It's possible that it's playing into it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to get into some DSO news, or I guess you could say Web3 news. Cloutcast. If you're on DSO, you're very familiar with Cloutcast, especially if you're a DSO OG, created by Jason Devlin, Smart Alec. They are an advertising platform on the DSO blockchain, but they essentially are rebranding to Cast3. And I don't know if I want to say rebranding. It's a little confusing to me exactly whether it's a rebrand or like just creating another company with Cloutcast. But we'll get into that in just a second. So Cast3 is their new DSO handle. The Cloutcast handle has been changed to this, and they have a new website, and the website is cast3, the number 3.xyz. So Cloutcast is actually still around, but Cast3 is the main project right now. At least that's how it appears. And they're launching a DAO. Cast3 is launching a DAO, and funding is going to start on January 4th. So 4th of July, funding will open up. In a nutshell, Cast3, according to them, features crowdsourcing virality, where anyone can send any tweet viral. So, it's like kind of a combination between Web3 integrating with Web2 and marketing. It's going to be interesting to see how this grows out. Their focus is on getting highly followed accounts within each niche on Twitter to claim their Cast3 account, claim their profiles on Cast3, and then set a price point and the kinds of content they'd like to promote. So, so you're a big person who's into skateboarding on Twitter. You can claim your @handle on Cast3, which is essentially a DSO account, and you're going to be able to say, okay, if anybody wants to advertise anything related to skateboarding, I'm going to charge, $20 per post and per tweet, and that's how it's going to work. And you're going to be paying through DSO in order to do that. They're also going to focus on community-sponsored tweet promotion. So they want to onboard Web3 communities and allow these communities to pay their community to promote their tweets. So the example they gave was, there's all these huge discords out there, and these discords, they almost always, probably like 99% of the time, have a folder on Discord just for Twitter, and it shows all their tweets, and they want their community to retweet, reshare those tweets, like those tweets, etc. So the idea is that, these communities can now incentivize their communities to repost those tweets, retweet those tweets, like those tweets, comment on those tweets using Cast3. So it's kind of like what Cloutcast was doing on DeSo, but they're doing it using a Web3 platform to do it on Twitter. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think there's a lot of room for growth. The way the DAO is formulated is they're going to have 50% of the tokens that are going to be retained for developers and DAO contributors, and those contributors and developers are going to be earn those tokens for helping out. There's going to be 987,500 Cast3 tokens pre-mined, and 12,500 of them are going to be available in the July 4th sale for $20 a piece. This is giving them a valuation, an initial market cap of around $20 million upon this opening round. The Cast core team is going to retain 25% of those tokens, and the DeSo Foundation is going to receive 1.25% plus another 1.25% when Cloutcast/Cast3 receives their final $250,000 that they get. There's more details of the DAO on their DAO page. You can see the link above and also on their website. I think there's potential there. I think it's a good move by Cloutcast because there's not really much advertising going on DeSo right now.
Yeah, a few things I want to point out. It looks like they're basically going to reward the DeSo Foundation in their DAO coins for the money they got from the Octane Fund, which I'm guessing they got about $500,000 since they're breaking it up into two different $250,000 installments. So that's interesting. I like that they're doing that. I like that they're giving the DeSo Foundation a stake. Also, I like the fact that they're weaving DeSo into this. They're using a DAO. They're creating a DAO on DAO, which is on DeSo. And they're also, when users create a Cast3 account, they're actually doing it on DeSo as well, as far as I know. So even though this is a Web2 project and they're building it for Twitter, it's actually this significant backdoor to DeSo. And these are the types of projects we need. So great job, Jason, Smart Alec, everybody out there who's working on this, because I think these are the kinds of projects that DeSo needs if they're going to grow substantially.
Well, and they say, it's going to be paid for. It's going to be paid for in DeSo, so that it's going to kind of bring people into DeSo blockchain. So in other news, DeSo Messenger announced 4 new features that are going to be coming soon: channels, reactions, tipping, and replies. So these channels, I imagine that's going to be something like Discord. There's going to be Discord like channels in DeSo Messenger. I think we'll finally have a full-fledged Discord-like ecosystem on the blockchain, encrypted, built on DeSo. I think that's really big. Reactions, I imagine that's like emoji reactions. Would you think that's something else, Brian?
Yeah. I think that we're finally seeing DeSo Messenger start to come together. I know it got a slow start. They rolled out and they didn't have a ton of features right away, but they're really pushing forward with a lot of really cool additions, a lot of features that they're adding. And we're seeing it integrated in DAO. We're going to, I'm sure, see it integrated into other nodes as well. So I'm glad that things are finally coming together here. And I think it's big for DeSo because messaging, a Web3 messaging app, is a really, really needed, I guess, tool in the Web3 community.
Exactly. And tipping, I mean, that's big. You can't tip on Discord unless you use a Cordify bot, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're stepping outside the box of traditional messaging, and they can utilize Web3 to a point that other platforms like Discord, Telegram, they can't do this. They don't have a microcurrency to be able to do this.
Yeah, exactly. And so yesterday, High Key saw a lot of action on their NFTs.
Yeah, so it appears that Scrutinize went a little bit crazy bidding on High Key Heroes and Villains NFTs. If you remember, back several months ago, High Key launched their Heroes and Villains NFT series. They did really well. There's a lot of marketing around them because of the High Key account, but Scrutinize is aping into them, it appears. And this is just another example of the NFT space on DeSo picking up some steam, which is great.
Yeah, always good news. And speaking of NFTs on DeSo, DeSomon, they've announced that they're going to soon be releasing their Evolved series of DeSomon. It's going to be 500 more DeSomon. The first series was 500, and this series is also another 500. But they're going to be doing the drops a little bit different. Each NFT is going to be dropping for a 15-minute auction. So high bidder after 15 minutes wins that Disomon. You are going to still be able to use your balls. So the first series had these Disomon balls, and the balls are going to allow you to bid within the first 5 minutes of these Evolve series NFTs and purchase them for the minimum bid price of just one DSO. So there's definitely an advantage if you own any of those balls. More details are on their Diamond app page. You can see all that in the link above.
Yeah, I love this project. Obviously, it's getting a lot of publicity now because the big buys from Meta Philosopher and others. But I like what they're doing. They're adding utility. They're doing airdrops. They're doing all kinds of cool things that you see on bigger projects on Ethereum and other chains.
Exactly. I think Decomon is one of those projects that is going to be here forever.
Yeah. So Mossified, he actually asked a question on DSO last night. And he asked this he directed this question towards DAO creators who launched a DAO on DAO. And he asked where the most friction so far is in the process towards hitting the goals that these DAOs have set. So where are they seeing the most friction? Obviously, a lot of these DAOs aren't coming close to raising the amount of money that they want. So he asked this question and he got a lot of good feedback. I saw Clay Oglesby gave a lot of feedback about what he'd like to see from DAO. A lot of people gave some feedback on what kind of friction they're seeing. And I think it's going to be a very productive thread that Ed Moss and the DAO team can really utilize to push things forward in a better way.
Yeah, Clay had some really good ideas, I think. So Cloutcast, that's one of the big DSO NFT projects that have been around for, I don't know, probably 6 months, maybe. I don't know, maybe even longer. It appears that they're leaving DSO. It appears that they're leaving, they're closed down their Telegram, which is kind of unfortunate, I think. But, it's sad to see them go. They do say they're going to be doing some stuff on Ethereum. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's always sad to see these projects leave DSO.
Yeah, Cloutcast, it was one of the more popular NFT projects back in the day. I know that Cyrus was pumping them up, and there's a lot of people working. They were very hard workers, and they really got what a strong NFT series and community was all about. So I'm kind of sad to see them shut down the Telegram. I'm not really sure why they do that, because I feel the community is still there. Why shut off the community? But maybe they have reasons that I didn't pick up on. Hopefully we see them come back. Hopefully we see them have success on Ethereum. But good luck to everybody involved.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for the community. Even if they want to leave, I think they could have left the Telegram group open just so the community could kind of trade, talk, discuss other things about the project. Maybe PBMC DAO should purchase them. They just purchased CryptoKitties. I think that would be a pretty cool project if PBMC DAO ended up purchasing Cloutcast. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
So moving on, the Lix Discord officially launched. Of course, Lix is created by Clay Oglesby. It's a great project, NFT staking project, and their Discord has officially launched. And they also launched a Wallow Access Token NFT giveaway yesterday. So if you want that access token to get the web app version of Wallow, you can join that Discord. They're also there. Lix was also verified on Diamond app. So they now have the blue check. I think it's well deserved. It's good to see that next to some of these projects, so you know that they are legitimate.
Yeah, and I love seeing Lix work with Wallow. We talked about it yesterday. Lix is going to be an NFT staking platform. I'm interested to see how this moves forward, because I think it can actually add some excitement around NFTs as well, and we're already seeing a lot of excitement.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to move on to the top bidders yesterday by the number of total bids these people have placed on NFTs, according to NFTZ. And Scrutinize, as we mentioned earlier, he bid on 29 NFTs, and I'm guessing they were mostly the high key ones that I discussed earlier. After Scrutinize, JR1 was next, followed by Kevin Sod, our friend Clay Oglesby, Conchi, Tobias Schmid, Studio Richards, Nigels, Meta Philosopher, who's been up there probably every day for the last couple of weeks, and La Big Mac.
Keep that activity up. Keep those bids coming in.
Yeah, I love seeing this because it means there's engagement and it's keeping people active and excited. So the top diamonded users over the last 24 hours, according to Altumbase, are Clay Oglesby, Jaylene Cook, I think it is,
Yep.
Krasenstein, Now and Then, Lix, Meta Philosopher, Unicat, Lil Lover, CH0K1, and Restart You. So
Congrats.
Clay and Meta Philosopher are on both of those lists today.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. I think that's all the news we have for today, Brian.
Yeah, catch you tomorrow morning, I guess. Not, I guess, I know, right?